Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is Montana This Morning from Montana's news leader.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us here on Montana This Morning. I'm Augusta McDonald.
And I'm Louis Stewart. Hope you're having a great start to your Thursday. I'm glad it's Thursday, Augusta, because I mentioned it before, but it always seems like that first week after the holidays drags by the slowest.
Okay, last week was pretty brutal. I got to Wednesday and then Thursday, and it was like, wow, I can't believe it. Just feels this weird, like, in between time.
I know. It's like
We're
you got to
lost in it.
Yeah, it's like you got to transition from the highs of the holidays back into, all right, we got January.
Do we really have to go back to work?
I know, for real. And back to school. Kids already back to school. For today, though, what we're going to see is high pressure build back in. So as you're heading out the door there, Augusta, it's going to be pretty cold in areas. Now, we had snow yesterday. That snow has moved out, but what we're going to see is some fog this morning, maybe even a few light snow flurries. We can't rule that out with these low-lying clouds that we're going to see. Now, with the valley inversions in place, you want the warmer temperatures and sunny skies. You know what to do. Head to the higher elevations. Now, this weekend system that we're tracking, that's actually going to bring in warmer air. So we're going to see snow in the mountains, but valley rain, snow, and freezing rain possible starting as early as tonight. And then the most active weather is going to move through Friday night, Saturday, and then last into the beginning part of next week. Here's a quick look at your Thursday forecast. 23 in Missoula. We'll see 26 Kalispell, 27 Hamilton, 25 in Polson.
Alrighty, thank you, Louis. The recent death of a whitefish snowboarder raises questions of tree well safety. MTN's Jack Ginsburg shows us how to stay safe when skiing or snowboarding.
Tree wells generally form when we're getting lots of snow at a quick period. It's basically dry, loose, unconsolidated snow that forms in some of the bases of our trees. Probably one of the more underestimated hazards of skiing in the trees.
A tree well is a void that forms around the base of a tree and can contain low-hanging branches, loose air, and snow. There is no way to tell whether a tree has a well or not, so it is smartest to treat every tree as if it were dangerous. Soylent says if you do get caught, the smallest thing you bring with you that day might be the thing that saves your life.
You know, don't use pull straps. If your hand's in here and you get confined in a tree well, you don't have use of your hands. So you want to kind of keep your hands out of the pull straps when you're skiing in the trees. Have a whistle close to your mouth so that if you were to get in trouble or get into a tree well, you can alert your partner, let them know that you're having trouble.
Both Soylent and the National Avalanche Institute recommend that the safest way to avoid tree wells is by going on groomed runs only. But it's inevitable that skiers and snowboarders will still go through the trees on those powder days, so they had some tips for them as well.
Oftentimes where some of the best powder is in the trees, so some things to think about is use the buddy system. You know, try to keep your partners in sight, be there to aid them, and then they will be there to help you if you get into trouble.
Many times when riders fall into wells, they go face first, and that can be life-threatening, as it is nearly impossible to get out without the help of others. Soylent says if you are digging a friend out of a well, ensuring that they have air is the most important step.
If you're going to get your partner out of a tree well, you want to just dig in from the side and expose their face, expose their airway, because basically they need oxygen. They're drowning in deep snow. And the sooner that you can expose that airway, get them oxygen, the greater chance of survival.
Here on Big Mountain, the snow is starting to fall heavily again, so we could see some more wary conditions in the trees in the future. So for skiers and snowboarders, remember to ski with a buddy. For MTM News, Jack Ginsburg reporting in Whitefish.
A risk associated with winter is icy sidewalks, walkways, and parking lots. In Missoula, there has been an uptick in reported injuries due to falls. It's tough to know what conditions are like under fresh snow, even the spots that have been plowed. Community Medical Center physical therapist Mary Thane says there are several ways to help prevent falls, or at least lessen the odds. Yak tracks can be worn over the bottom of your shoes using a walking stick with an ice pick attached, or near your home. Spreading sand or kitty litter where you often walk are all helpful ways to avoid a big fall. But Thane says if those options are not available, you can still help yourself.
Walking with a wider base of support, shorter steps, almost like a duck walk when you're walking. On the icy conditions, you just have to be more alert, just like you are in your car. Almost a hypervigilance of watching your area around you.
Thane adds that it is also important to avoid dual tasks when walking in icy conditions, including talking or texting while walking. After the epic snowfall and bitterly cold temperatures of the past week, the Montana Department of Natural Resources and Conservation is warning residents along rivers and streams to be ready for possible ice jams. The DNRC says February and March are the months with the greatest potential for ice jams and flooding in Montana. But with the heavy snow last week and sub-zero and single-digit temperatures followed by a warm-up later this week, the agency says Riverfront property owners need to be watchful. The DNRC recommends residents should make sure their flood insurance is current, shovel or plow snow away from homes and buildings and be ready to move or elevate possessions should waters back up. Continuing coverage, the Missoula City Council is clearing the way for final approval on a development which would place controversial townhomes in the Orchard Homes neighborhood. Developers are asking for an exemption to construct the 31 townhomes on Grove Street west of Reserve. However, neighbors had raised objections when the project came to council last month, complaining the townhouse would change the character of their neighborhood with more density and traffic. The project was shelved because the city hadn't properly notified residents of the zoning change last month. But after reviewing the project in committee yesterday, council members felt those concerns were being addressed, noting some of the acreage will be preserved by the city as adjacent open space. The council set a public hearing for February 5th to discuss annexation and zoning of that land. The 2017 Missoula Food Bank Holiday Food Drive has officially wrapped up, and it was a banner year. In all, over $230,000 was raised and more than 75,000 pounds of food was collected, which tops the all-time fundraising record. This drive is key for the success of the 2018 calendar year. Missoula Food Bank Executive Director Aaron Brock says with a new, much larger facility, they are seeing more people than ever, and he appreciates having a community that always steps up.
I think that our new facility has opened some new programs for us. We're doing more than we ever have before, and we have some folks who really responded and who've given so generously. This community has just stepped forward over and over again and made it clear that no one should go to bed hungry.
Brock adds that he is thankful for the nearly 7,000 pounds of food raised by KPAX-TV, and we would like to thank the community for your donations. Companies that recycle cardboard say they're overwhelmed with cardboard boxes. It's after a record-setting online holiday shopping season. Amazon says it shipped more than 5 billion items for Prime members in 2017. But the company says it's working on ways to cut down waste. CBS News' Jamie Yukis reports.
One after another, a train of trucks unloads at this Los Angeles area recycling center. Natasha Gagarin emptied an SUV packed with empty boxes.
How many boxes do you think you had in your car?
Oh, well over 200. Well over.
In the U.S. alone, Amazon used 6,000 trucks and 32 planes to get packages to its Prime members last year.
And the trucks just keep bringing it in?
Yeah, trucks keep coming.
Craig Hampel is the recycling coordinator for the city of Burbank.
Are you seeing an increase in the amount of cardboard?
Absolutely. It's a tsunami of cardboard. Everything goes up 5–10% during the holidays.
That's a concern for Hampel because the recycling process is so complex. The boxes are sorted and bundled here. Then he says they're loaded into containers and shipped across the Pacific to China. There, the boxes are soaked in water, stripped of staples, and reborn as boxes. But Amazon says they've put a new focus on sustainable packaging, moving over 100 million shipments from boxes to padded mailers in 2017. They released this video.
We make those kinds of packaging easy to open, minimal waste, and 100% recyclable. As a result, to date, we've eliminated 181,000 tons of waste.
Amazon does have a challenge in terms of its packaging. It wants it to be compact, but it also wants to get to you intact. As for all the cardboard here, recycling centers say it could take until February for it to all be cleared out. Jamie Yukis, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Back in western Montana, meteorologist Lou George joins us now in the Storm Tracker Weather Center.
All right, thank you, Augusta. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you're having a great start to your Thursday. I have this really nice picture sent in to us yesterday by Bonnie. Beautiful sunset last night. We have Lolo Peak there in the background, the nice pink sky as you get that sun setting through the clouds, get the nice reflections. Bonnie, thank you so much for this fantastic photo right there. Quick look at your temperatures this morning is showing, it's a pretty chilly start to the day. We're seeing at 16 in Missoula, 18 Kalispell and Seeley Lake, 10 Phillipsburg, 0 right now in Helena, 3 in Butte. We're at 7 in Salmon. Then we're seeing some 20s in places like St. Regis and Thompson Falls. Now, this is an indication of warmer air moving into the area. However, with inversion still in place today, that's going to keep temperatures much cooler than what we actually would be. So a quick look at your Doppler network is showing clouds overhead. We're going to keep these low-lying clouds pretty much throughout the day, especially northwestern Montana. Fog developing. It's going to be hard for the sunshine to peek through, at least during the morning, with a better chance of southwestern Montana getting some clearing by the afternoon. I think here in northwestern Montana, you're going to pretty much stay under steady cloud cover throughout the entire day. Our next system, well, that's going to move in from the southwest. Notice where the origins of this is. Notice where the movement of this clouds and the rain is from the southwest. So this has tropical origins. That's why we're looking at a rain-snow mix for the valleys as this moves in by Friday night and Saturday with snow in the higher elevations. And then this is nice to see, isn't it? At least a little bit of rain moving into Southern California, helping out with one of the driest years they have seen, an absolutely terrible fire season. So hopefully this is a good indication of things to come for Southern California. Let's take a quick look at your 5-day temperature trend. Notice what we're going to see. 20s for today and tomorrow, then 30s moving in Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with more active weather picking up. Our best chance of seeing those rain and snow showers, that's going to move in on Saturday. And that's because instead of this ridge that we're seeing today in the jet stream, we're going to see a little bit of a dip in the jet stream by Saturday. That's going to allow a more active weather pattern to set up, and we're going to keep active weather throughout next week with keeping an eye on Wednesday. You see this big dip that could allow for a more bigger system to move through. Again, though, we're going to have to wait and keep our eye on that, but just expect as this next system moves in, active weather throughout next week. As we can see here in your 7-day forecast, rain and snow really moves in on Saturday and sticks with us through Wednesday. Kalispell 26 today, 28 tomorrow, then rain and snow Saturday. Snow showers develop by Sunday. Hamilton a bit warmer with 36 on Saturday, so we'll see some snow possibly in the morning, then rain by the afternoon.
Alrighty, thank you, Louis. Yeah, we've got a lot coming up in the forecast, a lot going on.
Yeah, after quiet past couple days, we'll start to see things start to kick up and be more active by this weekend.
Gotcha. All right, thanks, Louis. We'll be back right after this break.